honey, I dash. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance. Jump in the stands. No man, man. Oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. Honey, y'all dash.
Coach, on the eastern edge of the D.C. metro area in Landover, Maryland. That's where we are. EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. Ay. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out. Might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the Emirates need a reservation and and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. And plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They ain't thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. They can't take it to 10. Hey.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, don't make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
11.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Kerrigan has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go with Darius Geis, who missed all of 2018 with injury. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 48-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Get him! Get him! Get him!
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. Haskins hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Everyone, 37 is the Mike. Mike 37. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Everyone, 37. Mike 37. Here we go, D.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Garoppolo. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
San Francisco.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Game situation. Let's go.
Now Garoppolo. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
No. Go ahead.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Powers ahead at the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. He was looking for Watkins that time.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Haskins. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 16 yards, a first down.
Let's go.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go. Kick to Pittsburgh. Now watch one. Tight dog. He's checking.
A carry for Bryce Love, the 4th rounder from Stanford. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
From midfield now, Haskins slings this deep from McLaurin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The intended target was the rookie, Terry McLaurin, and it's 3rd down.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Everyone, 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Hey, watch the ball. Everyone, 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Echo. Everyone, 37's the Mike. Mike 37. I got him. Everyone, 37's the Mike. Mike 37.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. Under pressure, and he will go down. sacked back at the 46. D. Ford make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
At the 19-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. We're scoreless after 1.
Here we go. 180!
They'll run with Coleman on first down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
From the 41, Garoppolo, his throw incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass.
Ready?
Garoppolo now. And that is incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Niners' 43-yard line.
A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, defense.
Now it's Haskins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richardson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A gain there of 30 big ones.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Geis. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. 2nd down, Haskins to Thompson on the screen. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Check. 59. Hey, let's get this. Check.
On the ground, Geis. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins have taken the lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Redskins 7, 49ers 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 at the 38-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 40. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Garoppolo on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jonathan Bostic coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
3rd down. 3rd and long.
That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Forced out to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 49er fans likely holding their breath watching Garoppolo scramble, but that time it pays off. He's in one piece, and he's got the first down.
Here we go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
11. Hey, get covered.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Coleman has it here right side. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 4 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go. Black 80! Rip right. Check.
To throw is Garoppolo. This will be caught inside the 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Check 24. 1, Omaha. Here we go.
Garoppolo. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Undercross. 13. 20.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Sammy Watkins in the final seconds of the first half. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
So don't say nothing.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Third down, here's Haskins. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Here comes Grant on the return. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Going deep here for Watkins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Watch 54, watch 54. Watch twins.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. That's caught by Trey Quinn. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, baby. Turn over. Get that ball. 56 to Mike.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the play.
Redskins, first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is first and 10 at the 39-yard line. On the ground, it's Geis. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
First down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
All day, baby. All day. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Man, that's trash.
Here's Haskins to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. That's an experienced DB picking off a rookie, and you know sometimes those experienced DBs, they love going against the young pups, don't they?
And I go back to the offseason, had a quick conversation with him about, hey, when you play younger quarterbacks, what's it like for you? And he says it's like being a boxer. I give him a lot of different angles, a lot of different looks, and a lot of times I just bait the young guy.
And there he baited him right into the interception. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
It's our time. Switch. Shoot. Slam.
Here's Coleman. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 16 yards, a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So a little breathing room now. First and 10 at the 17.
11, 13.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Now Haskins on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malcolm Smith. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
I got tripped this side. We got
Looking to throw, Haskins. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now Haskins to throw it. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Here's Tressway now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down. So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Coleman now. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
The tackle made by DeShazer Everett. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
21.
Mike 56.
From the 22, Garoppolo going for the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back. I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Jonathan Allen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
Let's go. At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
54, right there, 54.
On first down, it's Haskins. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off right around the 43. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here we go. 180! There we go. White. Jim.
From just shy of midfield, Garoppolo. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. To throw again on second down. Haskins slings this deep from McLaurin, and he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
3rd and 2, now Haskins. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. 30, the 20, 10, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone. And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
In your face.
Now Garoppolo. And this will be incomplete.
It's 3rd down and 5 yards to go.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
I'm coming after you. Check. 53 is mine. Check. 53 is mine. No game on this.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Garoppolo to his tight end Kittle for a Niner first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Coleman. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it, and the Redskins scoop it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous. Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54.
Following the turnover, it's Haskins. That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Washington. Trey Quinn, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point good by Hopkins. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Garoppolo now. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Goodwin. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They run it with McKinnon. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This will be taken very short. And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Throwing on second down. Haskins. He's got it complete to Thompson. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down. From the gun, Haskins on third down. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now it's Haskins. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 24. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They will run again with Coleman. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The Niners on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. He's to the 10, and out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
They come out here in the eye. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? It's Coleman here. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense.
Everyone, 37's the Mike. Mike 37. They gonna need some therapy after this. Go. Everyone, 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Man,
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now in desperation. That's caught at the 25. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Hopkins with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And it's the 49ers who recover it, and that ought to just about do it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! Here we go, here we go. 2.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the 49ers, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, they dropped just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.